This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi. Look who's back. We got him back again. Mr. J.B. Salters Jr.
You got it. That's right.
Blaine,
that's correct.
Better known as Blaine. Preston, I hear you was at the ball game on the sidelines last night.
Yeah, I got a first-hand baptism by high tide all night long, so I'm a little hoarse. So looking forward to the Gators this week, not the Alabama Crimson Tide, put it to you that way.
Good news from my Jaguars. And so we one or two of the wins, and we're going to be in the championship game. And Tigers are over, but I ain't giving up. You can always blame coaches. You can blame everybody else. Sometimes you got to jinx. Things go bad, just boom, there. All of a sudden, you're in the game, and then you're out. It's gone. So, but we got a great fishing report. I'm so glad you're here. You're going to handle the freshwater report.
Got a lot of fresh water in the freshwater report. A lot of rain this week.
I got a partial duck hunting with the opening season's coming up, and the youth hunts were good around the state. I got an email from Jason Ozak, the waterfowl program manager. I tried to get him here, but they finally got some kind of reports and flight reports. I'm going to try to read some of them just to give you an idea. Fishing report is outstanding.
I hear you got some hybrids in your report, too, over on the other side.
Well, it's a report, and I was supposed to get the guy here. So when I get to it, I'm going to tell you a little bit more. The wildlife and fishers are working on it, and I want to make sure I got all the clearances. There's a good chance that I might be around Lake Pontchartrain or Seabrook somewhere Wednesday and videoing for next week. So stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Alan's still recovering. Marty, I done called him Alan 4 times. And Marty's here and running the show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful.
Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And here we are. Sunday is Veterans Day weekend. My church had special services for veterans. A lot of veterans in my family. I forgot my veterans hat. It's somewhere in my truck I was going to wear today. Especially since my hair, I got ugly hair day or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, let's thank God for all our veterans and bless them. And that's why we're safe now. That's why we had an election this past week. And no matter what happened, who you was for, and the reason it went off was because what the veterans have done all our life and coming up. So I want to thank y'all, thank the veterans, and should have shouted out first to the show, but this is Veterans Day tomorrow. We're taping on Sunday. And I'm going to go right in to what I've been talking to a young man that raised around Lake Pontchartrain and went to school over there in West Jeff. And I saw him on Facebook, and we looked up each other and got each other, started talking to him. His name is Justin Bourlon. If you look at that name, you know his ancestors. He's down in College, but they come from Mavals Parish, Bourlonville. He's showing pictures of striped bass. First off, I wanted to talk to him. There's all kind of striped bass
In Lake Pontchartrain.
in Louisiana in general. You've been catching fish, we'll know more about it at Old River. I used to catch both in Old River.
They're still there. They're still there.
Yeah, but the landlight stripers would come, water get in, they come down the river. But most things we caught over there are white bass. Call them stripers, and they fight. And we'd get on them, and that's another story.
Get on big schools of them back in the spillway back in the days, too.
Yeah, I know. Everywhere you go, but that's
we
the
called
difference.
them. We called them barfish. They're striped.
That's right. It's really a white bass. We got the world record caught right there in the Amy River by my house. All right, now, so I don't want to get this too long because I'm going to bring y'all more about it, but I'm going to show you some pictures that he sent me. And he's been catching them at Seabrook. His bait is, hold on, let me find it, make sure I got it right. Mark 56, that's artificial, Mark 56 shrimp. He's fishing on the bottom, okay? And he can almost call his shots. He's catching them. And he said he catches from 8 inches to 20 inches, whatever. But he realized that they were hybrid. And he has caught us some that are not hybrid, that landlight or the southern stripes that come through the river, the Atlantic stripers, we used to catch them every time in Venice, okay? And we also used to catch the hybrid when we was fishing in all the play zone properties and behind the lock gates. And we used to have permits, and we'd fish down in Golden Meadow and all those areas, Fouchon. The hurricanes broke the gate. They had the commercial fishing cages, big cages where they raise them, and they would sell them. And hurricane broke them, and they got loose, and they were competition, catch them. And since they were hybrid, you still had to watch what you was catching and report wildlife fishers. To make this story even shorter, wildlife fishers been out there and met him at night. He fished sometime in the evening, and they tagging some, and they're going back. I think he told me, and I'm gonna call tomorrow. I'm gonna get some permission and see if I can go video some of this. I don't know if it's gonna be at night, whenever. This 13th is Wednesday, and so we're gonna send y'all more. Right now, I'll show you pictures of Justin. And thank you, Justin Bourlon, for getting excited. He was supposed to be here tonight. He's going to be our guest. I was going to let you talk to him, and we might have to go catch him on a jig pole.
Hey, that'd be fun.
So that's just it, right? And then when we come back, we got extensive fishing report, but say a little prayer. By the way, thank you. You see that tropical storm, another one sort of skated us.
Kind of did a U-turn out there and dudded out, so that's great.
That's it. That's the way it is. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with J.B. Blaine Salters Jr.
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful.
Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful.
Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. One more time. Let's thank those veterans one more time. But I'm going to thank J.B. Salters. This is the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report and the J.B. Salters Jr., or better known as Blaine. This is a fishing report. Before I get started, let me ask you back. How's that little store doing?
We're doing good. We're open 4 days a week. We got all kinds of hunting and fishing tackle, and bringing in shells soon, bullets. We're going to try to have a one little stop hunting and fishing stop right there in Irwinville. So
I never knew you did it, not to make $1. You know, he was always giving me a bargain, though. But
we've been on a corner of that highway for the last 75 years, on one side or the other. So,
but you say you was just a thought 75 years ago.
Yeah,
How old are you,
I
Brian?
came along. I'm fixing to be 49. So I was born in '76. So there was a Salters there in the '40s. So we've been there a long time.
Yep, I didn't live about 2 blocks from him one time, but. Let's get to the fishing report. Now you got starting off with Sackler first. That's everybody where I go. I'm getting reports. I'm seeing all you buddies down in Pontchartrain and further down. They're catching Sackler towards Slidell. Some of them pits, Pearl River. They just people catching all over.
Well, you got a couple different things that's going your way if you still sac-a-lait fish during hunting season. Number one, all the hunters are not on the water. And number two, you know, you're fighting a lot of northerlies or fronts coming down and through, and you got to have a lot of good timing in between. But the rain didn't stop the bite this past week. Oscar Long, I sent some pictures in. Oscar's real good at chasing open water fish, and that's, you know, only 10% of the population use live scope. Maybe 12%. So it's a foreign language, but in 4 inches of rain in one day, he caught a nice mess, and he can go every day and catch that many. It's fish that normal folks will never see up in the pier. So
he didn't send me the pictures, but the legendary guy with Louisiana fishing camera work, John Jackson.
Yeah.
He did the thing. He caught
John Jackson caught some fish this week in the spillway. I got a good
friend
of mine.
on Facebook, you can see it, but he didn't send it to me.
Good friend of mine, Anthony Johnson. Shout out to his dad. Shout out to Anthony. He lost his dad, which is his fishing partner. But another good friend of mine, him and Damien teamed up. They went to Sorrel this week, and they caught some beautiful fish out there. No live scope, you know. They fished 2-3 feet under a cork. I got some pictures of some jigs I'll send in. That pink head, pink, blue, and white. But a pink head seems to be what they like in the spillway. But I got good reports from Pigeon, Sorrel, and Old River. Lake Verret is still tough. It took in a lot of water. We got a lot of water in Ascension Parish and all through there. Not the same amount of water Baton Rouge got. So Lake Verret come up pretty good. You'll still catch, you know, anywhere from 6 to 8 to 15, but everything you catch is going to be the biggest fish you've seen this year.
Buy back, the marsh. what's the latest on that? Because Tom Play and them, when they start fishing there, KD, if he ain't fishing pecker trout, KD and them will make that run, and they catching sac-a-lait.
All the fish are in the lake. They're in the main lake. You don't have to fish anywhere else. Fish that main lake, and it's a simple style of fishing, but you got to be patient. You got to be ready, because when
They
one
fish
hits,
the outside trees
outside trees,
where they got a lot of brush under the bottom, where they get up under.
you just need to find that
the
fresh
roots.
There's new cypress trees down everywhere from the hurricane, and the further out they stick, what happens, that cypress tree falls, and those needles on that cypress tree, it turns to just an ugly mush underneath the tree. And that's what seems to be holding fish on those trees.
Catfish everywhere. too.
Everywhere. Oh, my gosh.
My report from Lorto, the water's real low, and Lorto, but Darbon, they catching fish, but they congregate. As you say, the water's there. Some of the landings, right by our buddy's camp, Bryce Knight, they got to go put in. Can't hardly get to his pier, but they
What's
own
good
fish.
about night fishing?
Yeah.
If they're really night fishing, they don't have any competition out there.
No, but that's his name.
Well, I've seen night pictures of
He tell
them.
you spend the night. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I just like this young boy in the evening. He's talking about catching those stripers. He go out anytime. He get off work. He go out there 2 hours. He catch all the stripers you want. You talking about fun. And he's willing to tell people how to do it. So we're going to have more on that. Now, bass fishing. People been waiting. The water's been low. Been a drawdown in a lot of places. But Henderson, we just waiting. I didn't get no call this week. But I know if you catch a sac-a-lait, they catching bass in the spill. What do you hear on the bass fishing?
I see the bass fishermen. I hadn't heard of any big catches. But there's a lot of small fish in the spillway, seems like. Seems like the spillway we've recovered since so many hurricanes over the years. And it's the same thing.
The fish kill wasn't as bad as we
No,
thought
fish
first.
kill killed a lot of trash fish. We're seeing less trash fish show up on live scope, or you're not seeing gar on every treetop. Usually this time of year where you find sac-a-lait in the trees, you see garfish surrounding it. Seems like it took out a lot of our fish. Must have had time when they felt that bad water coming out of the woods into the canals and got out into the main lakes.
You keep mentioning, hunting season, ain't many people on the water. Them boys that hunt in the Chapel Spillway, or they hunt, and they're around these stock ponds or whatever, they're doing their own blast cast. The duck hunters, they're getting ready to start. I'm going to give you a duck report before we get out of here. But let me tell you that. That's the one thing we're going through. I'm telling you some companies, Jim Worley with Waterspout especially, now, he gonna have bass in class. He's killing the fish down where his lease is down there.
I'd love to see one thing done one day for me. Back when I was coming up, when I fished with Dad every weekend, we'd see 3 sac-a-lait fishermen to every 7 to 10 bass fishermen. The ratio was hugely bass fishing. I don't know where the bass guys are now. It seems like to me it's just 5 times as many people chasing sac-a-lait as there was.
They've been having tournaments.
But your average bass fisherman, I'd love to see the stats in Louisiana on what they are.
Big tournaments, I'm sorry. They're fishing all these tournaments all over the country. And they're showing up, and they're doing good. They ain't winning, but they fishing the last day, and that's all over Facebook. I can't report everything, but I want to go back and tell you again about the fish being caught in Lake Pontchartrain. Now, Captain Mike Brantley, every week he send me him and his daddy Larry and the other captains over there, Captain Chris Roberts, Island Marina, you can go there, all their captains, they give you a report you can call. Mike's at the point. You see these pictures he's sending, the people are just going crazy. What's funny about this trip, and I say it's not funny, what's amazing, they fishing a new bait. Now you saw the show last week, Chaz was fishing a bait that looked almost like a pokey, okay? It's plastic bait, he was fishing. And Chaz is fishing that bait, and it's all plastics, and he's fishing his own thing. Mike told me they fishing drop shot with live shrimp. They also fishing a matrix. I ain't never heard of it. It's a new one, Pink Cosmo. You talking about pink, which the Sackley brought to mind. All right. The Justin Bullon was telling you he's using an artificial bait called the Marker 56 shrimp. And that's it. He knew live bait and nothing. That is about the biggest thing. He's fishing the trussels, twin spans, they catch them all. And I told y'all once before, different areas they were catching white trout by the castle. They catch them all over. Catching a smorgasbord of what they're doing. Now, I told you, flounder season's still close to November 30th, so make sure if you catch a flounder, you turn it back. And remember where you caught it, because it's going to open up again in December. So when we come back, I'm going to have you a little duck report. You got anything else you want to leave me with the Sackley report?
That's it so far. Thank these veterans for their service, that's for sure, on Veterans Day coming up.
You still ain't gave me my new rod. Yeah. We'll be right back.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Binny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Binny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful.
Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And this is Jason Alsack from the Wildlife and Fisheries, the Waterfowl Program Manager. We just got this email and the survey. He gave a little comment. He says, comments in 2024 November survey estimate, 510,000 ducks in Louisiana. Okay, 500,000. Little River Basin, Table 1, again the lowest on record, and 12.7% lower than the last November. So that's the Little River Basin. Previous record low was 584,000. This year's estimate is 37% lower than the most recent. Now, his chart that he sent, we're going to try to run it on screen. You can look. The mallard, he have no reports on the mallard. He said the gadwall, gray ducks, southwest was 68,000, southeast is 7,000, Little River 12,000, 87,000 total. Mottled ducks is 10,000 in the southwest, that's where most of them are, 5,000 in the southeast. You believe me, this week I'll be on the phone. I'll be talking to people from up north Louisiana, wherever. My brother and them will start next week. They'll be in Arkansas, so I have a better report. I'm counting on you. I'm still waiting on you to take me there. By the way, my police chief in Baker, he's back catching those big catfish.
You can fish the Mississippi River right now.
In the river, yeah. What about Doc? He still catching Sackley in the river?
He's tight-lipped. He's catching them in the river, but he won't tell you exactly where. We're going to have to get those cameras on him and hold him to it.
You've been promised. I'm waiting. One more time. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, God, for protecting us from the storms. bless all our veterans. Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Get well. We'll find out more about Cox 4. We still on, but I don't know what's going on, but they're making me nervous. So some of my captains, don't forget, Jim Wooler, you got a blast in cash, so you need to start sending me to me instead of just on Facebook. And
go Tigers, go Saints.
Well, go
Saints looking good today. I don't know what the second half did though.
There's too much, too late. Whatever. But let me say this. You almost made me forget.
I almost made you forget.
Yeah, because I had it on tip of my tongue because my memory sort of short. Yeah, we're saying what's going on, then I forgot. Hold on, stop. I can't even believe that. You made me, I had it on tip of my tongue.
You were talking about the blasting cast.
No. I mean it left. Don't do this unless Chris does it later on. I was gonna leave you with a thought.
Veterans Day?
Oh, my sponsors. Thank you. Don't ask me to say nothing else. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah. No. One thing I gotta leave you with, thank my God for my sponsors have been sticking with me. I'm still looking for a few more. If you can get some benefit out of Paradise, Louisiana, I don't want to say we're cheap, but we're less expensive than most people right now.
Inexpensive.
Jared, I told you don't ask me, you're going to make me forget. Benny's Car Wash, I told y'all once before, he's been hanging and he's doing it. They do fleet service. If you got a fleet of trucks and you're a contractor, if you want to make sure your fleet's always running and clean, oil change and everything, just go to any one of the Benny's and give them the word and tell them Gary Rasponi sent you. Benny's an old classmate, big hunter and fisherman, and he'd be glad to talk hunting with you, anything you want to talk about too. Now, also Coca-Cola, man, can't tell you how good they are. Demco, all these people out there, you see when we advertise, be sure and go tell them, say, hey, thank y'all for keeping Gary Rasponi on the air. He ain't a social media guy, they're good, but we coming back to social media. Thank you for keeping me posted on everything going on.
Yes, sir.
Love you. Thank God. Bless Louisiana. God bless Louisiana. And come back next week. Probably get him back next week. We do on Sunday, I can get him here. See y'all next week.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Demco, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.